My name is Cory Pattak. I am the lighting designer for The Great Gatsby on Broadway, and welcome to the Broadway Theater, where The Great Gatsby is taking up residency. We are currently in the load-in phase right now. As you can see behind me, there is a lot of work happening down on stage. They've been in here for the past couple weeks doing what's called spotting, which involves hanging all the rigging in the theater, the pre-rigging, before all the lights and scenery comes in. They hang the trusses and the cables and everything that's required to hang the show once it arrives. And literally yesterday, the scenery started arriving, and you can see some of our scenery down there. I see a Gatsby shirt closet on its way to being constructed. So this is the scenic load-in. All the lights were hung prior to that. Now the scenery is arriving, and they're going to spend the next couple weeks hanging all of this scenery and all of the lighting in the house. And then in about 2 weeks, we're going to come in and focus the lights. And then a couple weeks after that, we're going to start tech with the actors who are currently rehearsing a couple blocks away off-site. And then March 29th will be our first preview. Great Gatsby is huge, as you can see, in all departments, in scenery and lighting. In lighting, we have about 130 moving lights and about 250 conventional lights. So it's a lot of lights to hang. And then my department, the lighting department, is also responsible for all the special effects. So we've got haze, we've got low fog, we've got pyro effects, we've got water effects, we've got strobes, we've got all sorts of things. This is the Great Gatsby. We are not doing the minimalist, sparse version. This is the giant, opulent, wonderful Great Gatsby, and that's what you're going to see here at the Broadway Theater. So lighting hang happens sort of at the tail end of spotting, before they can hang the trusses. So the trusses are what hold the lights. You can see one here right behind me. That one actually, I think, will be holding speakers. On stage, we have trusses for the lights. So first they do the spotting, which hangs all the cables and the rigging and the motors to hang the trusses. And then they hang the trusses, and then the lights come in after that, and the lights get hung on the trusses, and then they get flown out, and that's where they will stay while they build all the scenery down below. What's amazing here is that we have an amazing crew here at the Broadway. We have an amazing production carpenter crew, production electrics crew, and the joy is that we just get to design. Paul DePoo, myself, we just design the most amazing world we can imagine. We send it to a group of very smart people who tell us whether we can do it, whether it's possible, whether we can afford it. And the good thing is, on this show, we've mainly been getting thumbs up. So we design it, they make it possible. We come here, we check in, we look up and you go, this looks amazing, we can't wait to do it. And so it is due to the amazing crew that makes it all possible. And let me say, this is one of the largest stages on Broadway, and we are still working magic to figure out how to fit this show on this stage. That's how big of a show it is. And so we are going all out on this one. Sure, so all of the lights have been hung, and then for the conventional lights, which are the non-robotic moving lights, those have to get focused by hand, which we'll do in a couple weeks. And then in the technical process, we will just start building the cues. Because we're coming from Paper Mill, we do have a bit of a template, though the show is going through quite a lot of changes. There are new songs, new scenes, rewrites of songs and scenes, so we will be Frankensteining together some of the information from Paper Mill. We will be creating a lot of new information here together, and we will go from cue to cue through the entire show. There are hundreds and hundreds of cues. There are 54 different scenic setups, I think, and so we will be building that one beat at a time over the course of 2 to 3 weeks here in the theater, and by the end of it, we'll have a show to share with all of you. So the Great Gatsby also, aside from all of the scenery and all of the lighting, also has a ton of video content in it. Paul DePoo, our scenic designer, is also our projection and video designer, which is perfect because it means that the video and the scenery all live in the same world. They share the same aesthetic. And so there is video in the back wall, there is video on our side portals, there is video on our sliders. And the goal is for you, the audience, not to always know what's video, what's scenery, what's lighting. We will have done our job if you just look at the stage and it looks like one cohesive idea. And we spend an insane amount of time matching the lighting to the video. Sometimes I will make my lighting be the color of Paul's video. Sometimes Paul will take photos of the stage of my lighting and then steal those colors and bring that into the video. We'll talk about which direction the sun is going so we can match between the lighting and the video. We'll talk about how long does it take the sun to set so we make sure that the lighting sun is setting at the same speed as the video sun. We're constantly going back and forth and trying to marry the lighting and the video so you can't tell the difference, so it just looks like one gorgeous stage picture, and that's the goal, and hopefully we'll get there. What's amazing about this production of The Great Gatsby is that we are really bringing the book to life. It's the most fantastical version of this book that you can imagine. I think that if you read the book, and whatever world you imagined in your head of the Great Gatsby looking like, of Wilson's Garage looking like, of the Plaza looking like, that is the world that we are bringing to life on stage here. There is no minimalism here. This is a big Broadway show in the fashion of all the big Broadway song and dance musicals that we love of yore, and that's what you're going to see here on the Broadway stage. It's going to be really something. The Great Gatsby is going to be the party of the season. You are not going to want to miss this. It starts previews March 29th. We open April 25th. This is going to be the show everyone is talking about. We want you here with us. Come check it out.